Hello, my sexy muffins, and before we get to the video, I'd like to give a shout out for the artwork that is in this video to Gav Imp. She will be linked below in the comments, pinned comment, and in the description for her work, which I will show here, and here. At least 3. There might be 4. At least 3. Anyways, this is the work that she has made, and she has given me permission to use them as long as I shout her out, which I always shout out if I get permission for the artwork. And yes, I hope that you all enjoyed this and her beautiful artwork. Thank you, Gav, once again for letting me use it. And now on to the video. Now, I cannot show part 3.5 because it's a little steamy. Ooh la la. Ooh la la, she picked me harder. Anyways, we cannot show it because of reasons, and it's also for the Patreon, and they have paid for it, so they get the steamy stuff private. If you're a member of my Patreon, you can get steamy stuff. If you're 18 years or older, but I am not solicited, I am not going to put a thing. If you don't want to do it, that is fine. It is just what you get if you did that, but I am not solicited. Anyways. So, this is part 4, and basically it is after Abel and Jack did the Devil's Tango. And how Jack really reacts to freaking out of having given himself consenting to Abel. Now, first disclaimer, we are not going to be doing the whole thing with changing Jack's name and everything, because the creator of Jack, who was a self-insert originally with Jack Bright, was Admin Bright, and they have been kicked out of the fandom for good and banned such-wise. But now, quick announcement, we are not going to be supporting Admin Bright, who was the creator of Jack Bright, but we're also not changing Jack Bright's name. Because yes, more people have put into the fandom with Jack Bright and his lore than just Admin Bright, who originally created Jack Bright as a self-insert. So we are going to keep Jack Bright as. Jack Bright has never acted like Admin Bright, who was a predator harassing minors intimately. And I can't say the other word because YouTube, but you know what I mean. But basically, adult predator. And yeah, so we do not support that. And otherwise, we have we're going to keep with Jack Bright being Jack Bright because we're having him as a character and not a self-insert because more people added to his lore and stuff, not just Admin Bright. So we disown Admin Bright, but we keep the amazing character that people have built on, and we're not going to change his name to the new character that they have put in his place to try and eradicate it. You can separate the creator from the creation, like with J.K. Rowling. You can separate a turf from the amazing world of Harry Potter and create it what you want it to be. It's not just her creation anymore. It's what we decide it can be. It's not what she decides. And same with what Jack Bright can be compared to what Admin Bright is as a person. And yes, so yes, that's where we stand. If you do not feel comfortable with this, I understand. You can leave now, but I'm not going to be changing Jack Bright's name, and I'm not going to tolerate anyone just throwing a fit about it. I mean, you're valid to your opinion, but so am I, and I feel for them as I have been sexually abused and forced upon as a child from 7 to 9 years old. That's 3 years of SA as a child. Anyways, so this will be the announcement, and remember it, good? Anyways, let's do this. So this is part 4. Basically, Jack wakes up after having adult fun time with Abel, and he regrets it. He loved it, but he regrets it. And so, disclaimer, Abel is not Yandere in canon, and is not not in a relationship with Jack Bright in canon. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simping for fictional character is fine as long as you separate fiction from reality. And do not be illegal and gross about it. Remember, fiction from reality. And that also shipping is very good because somewhere in the multiverse, Jack Bright and Abel might actually be a thing together, you know. And yes, that is very good. That is very good. And they might be Yandere for each other. Who knows? The multiverse is huge, and the multiverse is basically limitless. So, yeah. So, let's do this. Jack Bright eyes fluttered open. He had strong, firm arms wrapped around him, and he slowly remembers what happened the night before. Fuck. 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 He cursed in his head, not even finishing the sentence over before starting it again. How did he let this happen? How did he let something like this happen? Holy heck. He fricked up. He climbs out of bed, careful not to wake Abel. Somehow, Abel was sleeping like a baby next to him, so it was easier to get out of his arms than Jack thought it would. Shit, I fucked up. Shit, I fricked so hard. He groans as he winces as he puts down his foot and feels a stinging pain up into his bottom. He really had Abel plow him ridiculously. Curse, 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 curse. He continues to curse as he... Sorry, I'm trying to censor myself the best I can, because YouTube does not like the swears. Anyways, he continues to swear and makes it out. He grabbed his clothes that were in shreds at this point and moved with them out of the room, covering himself up the best he can. Now, time was for the walk of shame. Well, that's what he thought it was going to be until, lo and behold, his brother was waiting there for him. His face flushes in shame. I hope you had a good time, Michael said, looking at his brother. 'Cause it sure looked like Abel did, he tells his brother, tipping his hat. His silver hair pushed back more so. It's not like that, Jax defended. I did not... You did not what? Michael shoots back, saying was this forced sexual act? And Jack could not say that it was, because it deep down was not. He enjoyed and loved every minute of it, and he hated himself for it. It's not what it looks like, Jack says. Well, I think it looks like you just had sex with an SCP. You're going to need to be examined and tested for such things. Ew. Jack sighs and goes to get examined after being cleaned and swabbed and basically violated as they took samples of fluid, bite marks, and more off of him. He sat there in the bed in the medical gown. He just wanted to go to his rooms and take a shower. But he was not going to get that. He was not going to get that luxury. So he continues to sit and passing the time flicking through the tablet that his brother brought. So, what are we going to do about Abel? Michael says. What do you mean? Jack looks up. Well, we have to figure out either put him into a different different cell. Michael was really lost at words. He knew if they just moved him to a different cell, it would not end up well for that. Also, it would not end up well if they moved him to a different site for containment. We could move him to the moon containment site, Jack joked. Haha, very funny. Michael shoots back, annoyed. I'm serious, Jack. We need to figure it out. You're not the one who has to get plowed by him. Jack shoots back, grinning, trying to ease the mood. Besides, I can handle it. There's nothing that walking... He pauses. He was about to compliment Abel. That would have not been pleasant. The walking annoying man could do to turn me into a sissy. Ugh, I'm going to have to edit that out. Michelle, edit that out. Anyways, there's nothing that Abel can do that will get me to actually simp for him. What do I look like? A high school girl? Jack bats his eyes at his brother. Sometimes I wonder, Jack says and looks at Michael says and looks at his brother. Now, are you going to behave, or are you going to end up frickin' every SCP in the Foundation? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? I mean, SCP-682 looks mighty fine. Jack jokes. Oh, you're so disgusting, Michael says. Be safe. I'm going to get you something to eat. You haven't eaten since, well. Yeah, I know, Jack says and waves his brother off. Laying back down, he wondered what Abel was doing, then scoffed. He doesn't care what Abel is thinking. There's no way he could care what Abel is thinking. There is no way he cares about Abel. At least that's what he tells himself. Deep down he did, and he hated it. Meanwhile, with Abel, Abel wakes up and is angry. He instantly goes to get out, but the thing was secured very well. They told him that Jack was taken to medical to make sure that everything was alright and to test some fluids. Abel was pissed off because that means doctors were touching Jack. His Jack. No one touched his Jack. His Bright. Abel was ready to kill them. It took Michael coming in to calm Abel down and to explain things to him. That if Abel continued to behave, he would be able to see Jack more and more, possibly even live with him. He had not told Jack this yet, but he was hoping this would keep Abel under control for various reasons. Abel agrees and starts working out. He needed to be in shape for his darling, so that he can keep Jack Bright safe and keep Jack as his forever and ever. He wondered what Jack Bright was doing right now, what his love could be doing, and what he was going to do with him once he has him in his arms again. Kiss him and make love to him all over again. Maybe even make him work on his knees. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. And of course, the patrons have got early access to it, so they have already seen it before all of us. And I hope that they all enjoyed that as well. As you all know, there's the quick shout out to Gav, Queen Majesty tier. Queen Gav, thank you Gav, my first patron, and the one who has done the arts. And Wicked Brony, my second patron, who's in the second tier of Witches, Warlock, Sorcerer. Thank you, Wicked Brony, as well. Shout out to both of them. And now back to the regular outro. It is, if you want to see playlists at the bottom of this video, I will also hopefully have at the beginning of this video a little, what's it called, info card for you to see if you wanted to see the original playlist as such, and playlists at the end of the video, and suggested video for you to watch. And I hope that you all enjoyed this, and if you would like to see more, you know what to do. And also check if you are still subscribed, because YouTube sometimes has a finicky way of unsubscribing people without their permissions. How dare they? Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed, and stay sexy. All my sexy muffins. Bye-bye.